Is it just me, or does it seem like there's a ton of pilots out there who hate ground effect? In today's video, I'm going to explain why you shouldn't hate it, and also how you can use ground effect to actually improve your landings. Throughout my career as a pilot, I've had a handful of people tell me that they hate ground effect, and I bet that's because it causes them to float on their landings. I know the feeling. It can be really frustrating when it feels like you're not in complete control of the aircraft, but it doesn't have to be that way. And if you know how to use it, ground effect can actually be used as a tool to improve your landings. In just a minute, I'm going to share a tip with you that will help you break through ground effect and keep you from floating, if that's something you're struggling with. But before I do that, I want to explain why you actually want ground effect during a landing. Now, this video is not a lesson on ground effect, but something that every pilot should understand is that when you fly in ground effect, it actually reduces the aircraft's angle of attack. And more importantly, it reduces the induced drag acting on your airplane. This is important to know because induced drag increases exponentially as your airplane slows down. Because of that, induced drag can actually cause the airplane to slow down exponentially as well. And this creates a problem. As you may remember, the lift that your wings produce is directly related to airspeed. This means that as that airspeed decreases, so does your lift. And because induced drag causes you to slow down faster, that causes you to drop faster. That's why you will literally drop like a rock if you flare the airplane too high. Induced drag will cause you to slow down way too fast, and this will cause you to have a plopped-in landing. Getting your airplane into ground effect eliminates that problem, and the closer you can get to the runway, the more it reduces it. For example, if you flare your airplane one wingspan above the runway, you will get a 1.4% decrease in your induced drag. But if you can get it within 1/4 of the wingspan, this will reduce your induced drag by 23.5%. Now, at 1/10 of the wingspan is where you really start seeing the benefits. And if you can flare your airplane within 1/10 of the wingspan of the runway, you will see a 47.6% decrease in induced drag. So, if you want to use ground effect to your advantage, fly the airplane as low as you possibly can when you flare the aircraft. This will allow your airspeed to bleed off more slowly. And that means that your wings will lose lift much more gradually, and that will allow you to have a buttery smooth landing. Now, if you're floating a lot on landing, ground effect is partially to blame for this, but let me give you a quick tip that'll help you fix that problem. The landing speed of your aircraft is not necessarily the speed that you want to touch down. Because of that, what you want to do is focus on nailing your landing speed when you're flying down final. And then, once you know for sure that you're going to make the runway and you're about 15 feet above the ground, smoothly pull that power back to idle. Landing with power or pulling power too slowly will cause you to float because you're carrying a little bit of extra airspeed. And that reduced induced drag is going to keep you in the air longer. If you want to cut through ground effect, you know you're touching down at the perfect speed if you hear the stall horn very lightly chirp as you maintain a landing attitude just above the runway. This will allow a smooth touchdown, but it will also keep you from floating so you can break through ground effect and nail those landings. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate it when you guys hit that like button if you find something useful in one of my videos. And if you did enjoy it, be sure to check out some of the other videos I have that I know will make you a better pilot. See ya!